His Whirling Death is, of course, the Winter Wyvern with his Arctic Burn. So we'll see how it ends up working out, because it does feel like Timbald could just run over the game, perhaps. But at the same time, too, yeah, I'm looking at Timber, and I feel like it's a pretty good Timber game overall. Yep. But I also want to point out, I'm glad people picked Pugna. I don't know. This hero got some nerfs.
Yeah, everybody's avoiding this.
But like no one's
in this
picking
region.
Yeah, and like I look at it, I'm like, who the hell hits Ward this game? Nobody. Nobody's gonna want to hit the Nether Ward. It can be pretty detrimental versus the lineup, especially versus Timber. So let's see how it goes.
I don't care. I just hit
have a
creeps.
look
I
at
don't
Team
care.
Bold.
I just hit
30
creeps.
seconds to battle.
I'm not sure if they catch anyone by surprise around DGG's triangle, but DGG playing it cool.
Let's see how good Excalibur's able to do. I like the mid Visage and the offlane Visage quite a bit more than I've seen the carry Visages personally. I just think you get your timings just better. I don't know. Mid, you get like this fast. You get this fast level 6. Offlane, you just like shut down the enemy carry super hard. As carry, I've just been underwhelmed from it. So glad to see him playing it. Good chunk of damage.
See what we get with the lane setup this time. Any movement from the...
Should be standard.
Yeah, it looks to be playing.
Deep
Sticking to the safe lane this time round, not looking to run it aggressive. And yeah, he'll be in that lane top. So I mean, for him against the DK Dawnbreaker lane, is he going to sort of struggle against this, or are you fine as a juggle against these two?
No, I should be fine. The only thing is, you know, you're going to miss some last hits, but it's going to happen because the DK is just going to like stun you, right? He's going to stun into denies, but they can pose kill threat onto the DK constantly with the Wyvern. And just getting those spins out if they have a good early start. So right away, they get a nice harassment down onto him. And it is the double melee versus a Wyvern plus a Jug, which usually doesn't feel too great. For the 2 melee, of course.
Well, bottom lane. A few quill stacks there up onto MNT.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, Gorg on his safe lane as well. He shouldn't be dying right as a Bristle against these two.
No, most definitely not. Unless somehow he gets like speared to tower and like yeah, but that's very unlikely. He should have a very good time. Or if he tries to buy his Vanguard and he can't, right? And then he gets and then he gets gone on, but might be a game where we'll see if he even goes Vanguard, because it does look like a pretty valuable hood game as well.
Let's have a look. And in the mid matchup, is either of these heroes having an easier time CSing? Like any chance for to sort of outlast it one another?
I mean, eventually Timber's going to just be able to be a Timber, and he's going to, you know, most heroes, once you're playing versus Visage, as Visage hits 6, you get pushed out. Timber does not. Timber is going to just be able to stand there and hold his ground, so I feel like for MTD, he has a slight advantage here.
Top lane. Definitely have to be careful when Pleb hits the 3.
Yes.
So the 2 points of Blade Fury. Either target could be a potential kill. Zip Zapper in particular. Yeah, they're going to...
Oh, they went way too early there.
Incredibly early. They hadn't even got the level 3. That was just level 1 Blade Fury.
Lodine had level 2 as well, too. Like, if he stepped up under the wave, gets hit by Splinter Blast, then they could potentially go, but okay. Guess they just wanted to shove the wave out, but that does mean that they're not going to be able to pull it back, because Pablo is messing with the side there, so... Okay.
Getting a little ahead of themselves there.
Yeah. You can see they want to pose kill threat, but yeah, just a bit forced. And yeah, we're seeing MTD actually pulling quite a bit ahead over Excalibur at the moment. As we figured.
Nearly doubling the CS.
I didn't think it would be that much, but I figure he does get a good advantage, at least versus the Visage. And the thing is, too, is like Timber can actually kill the Visage, right? Like, he can actually be the one to push the Visage out of lane. And he is the most important hero, it does feel like, for the side of DGG, so having this type of start is really important. Might just be able to completely stop any of the death ball that they've been going for.
And then if, you know, for DGG with their heroes, if that, you know, they are sort of able to stall it out, hold back the pushes from Team Bowl, will they just inevitably feel in a better situation in the later stages of the game if they don't allow Team Bowl to shut it down early?
Overall, it does feel like it, just because they have the ease of team fight, which we've seen so far 2 times now in these drafts, that the team that has like that overwhelming team fight just can take better fights over. Ooh, dropping low, we'll be okay. And I like yeah, I mean, it's triple percent based. Triple percent heroes versus a Bristleback as the game progresses. There's going to be things that we have to keep eyes on, of course. Like we said, the Nether Ward could be something that also turns the tide of things too, so we shall see. But I would like the dire one if they're able to just stall out the push. Bristol will... There's ways to address Bristol, right? Like, you're able to get your Silver Edge and stuff on Jug too. And they always do have the Mars. You know, Mars turning Bristol is pretty huge.
Bottom lane farm has indeed been nice and easy here for Gorg.
Dude, MTD is dominating mid. He has a full level advantage over Excalibur.
Pleb on the top
Pleb.
lane. He's got the Fairy Fire. He'll only just get out of there. He almost looked like he was sticking around a little too long. Against these two, Zip Zapper and Pablo tried to right-click him down, but he'll be fine, he'll live.
Yep, they'll use the half salve on him. And now at this point, it gets a lot harder to go for Zip Zapper. If you don't get the initial kill at like 2, or at, in particular 3, then he's just gonna have his Bracer and his Soul Ring, and he usually can just tank up versus the spin and turn on you. Yeah, mid, I'm just keeping eyes on mid, because MTD's about that 6,
I don't care.
and then I think he actually might just be able to kill Excalibur.
Yeah, he's going to be huge this game.
Yeah.
And when you look at the heroes that Team Bold have, it's not really like they can bring anything over towards the mid to do anything about this Timber getting out of control.
No, they do not have damage for him pretty much at all in this game, actually. It's like Pugna and Visage are the 2 big damage sources versus him, but it's a mid Visage, so he doesn't actually have Soul Assumption yet.
See MTD starting to tease Excalibur here under the tower.
I honestly think he might just be able to push onto him, and they might have to call for help.
Excalibur's going to have to be careful, or at least, as you say, you know, have his teammates ready on call.
I think cut the wave. Yeah, I think MTD should now just cut behind the tower and let the catapult try to hit the wave. They're even glyphing.
Yes.
Bangan's going to run over to try to stop it.
And they got Pablo here as well.
They got to do something, because this tower will get a ton of damage onto it. MTD continuing to tank for it. Might even be able to kill Pablo.
Not quite getting a connection there with the Chakram. Do get the Starbreaker stun, but the damage, even with the 3 of them, incredibly unlikely that MTD dies in this situation.
Oh, and look what's bottom rune.
He's happy with that.
Oh, the dream for the Timber.
He's getting very close to having the hood. I mean, once that's there, he ain't dying.
No, he is not. And his other 2 lanes are looking good, too, right? Mars is farming pretty well versus the Bristleback, hasn't gotten punished at all. Well, went for Helm this game. Cool approach versus the Quill Sprays, since it's all that physical damage. He can tank through it. And top Jug is having a good time.
Yeah, hasn't quite been able to maybe find the kills that you would have hoped for in the lane, but still being able to farm freely. Pleb
Yeah.
will be happy enough.
He's actually not really getting slowed down at all. I didn't really hear Zip Zapper using any stuns on him. And MTD, max reactive armor is ready. They can tap him, but they can't kill him.
No, and in fact, you know, they've got to be very careful themselves. Pablo has to step back as MTD turns his attention towards him. Yeah, that's the full hood. On the way out here, 7 minutes in, MTD is in that unkillable early game status as a Timber mid.
He's ready. He's like, I want this tower.
Of course, it's just taking, you know, Team Bot, they've got to consider how many resources they actually want to put towards trying to hold back the Timber mid. So it may mean that their side lanes will suffer.
It also might mean that Excalibur gets a bit under leveled. Like, he has hit the 7, but he's still got almost a level advantage on MTD, having Bangan just
Bottom lane,
bottom.
Gorg. It's going to get taken out. First blood. By the way of DGG, MNT. Getting the kill.
As you mentioned, yeah, the spear, the turn. Right, he just pops
What
ult,
is Quill
throws the
Space?
spear, and boom, he's stuck facing the wrong direction. Yeah, I saw that too. It was like floating off of Own Me.
It's a close start on the numbers, but you definitely do feel the strength of DGG as a whole here.
Yep.
Hard for Team Bolt to make these moves in the early game.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
MTD free farming, Pleb free farming, the Mars even kicking the Bristol back out of lane. All things looking good. Gork now, though, will be able to work on his stacks. He has his hood done. But he doesn't clear the stack at the safest type of maneuver either with a hood compared to a Vanguard. He has to be a bit more careful how he distances himself. We'll get chip bells. That's nice.
This will get him up to the top and keep him there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, MTD, he's just hitting the tower now. So doesn't even care for his creeps. He knows that they can't actually stop him at all. might just commit for it fully. And it puts Excalibur in a weird position.
I mean, what do you do as Excalibur?
He has to stay here.
Like,
he's dragging the creep aggro, which is actually quite nice, but he has to stay in the area just to at least try to slow down the push a little bit. It's not like he can do anything in the other lanes either. Pressuring a Jug as a Visage, not really that possible this early. Pressuring a Mars, definitely not going to happen. Especially not a Mars that's gone for the Helm build.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, this tower's dead. This mid tower is gone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Deep one there from Pleb. And Gorg has moved up to the top here with Zip Zapper. Try and push.
This is a 9 minutes, 1 kill. Can he get the deny? He cannot. Excalibur tries.
9-minute tier 1 tower taken here by the mid Timber. MTD's going to be very happy with that. And we'll manage to get the top tower in return. That's going to be very close to Zip Zapper having the Blink Dagger done. Pablo.
Limited stuns, though, as we've mentioned multiple times. Kind of for a bit of both drafts. So the follow-up for the Dragon Knight will be a bit complicated if he wants to go for something like the Jug. I don't think they can ever go for the Timber. Doesn't feel like it. Does feel like MTD is going to have this absolute free game. And he's going to make his way bottom. So next tower, it's on the list. So for Team Bald, I think you ignore him and you pressure mid, probably with the rotation of the Bristleback. Because he's just too big of a problem.
What do you do about this Timber?
They're going to try to itemize. I see the urn is picked up, so they want to go for like a vessel perhaps, but I mean, he's going to just be able to buy like a Lotus or whatever to dispel. It's super early. Keeping their catapult alive. I think the DGG is going to make the rotation a fight here, though. Keep the Timber bottom, he can TP mid, and you just bring your Mars and your Wyvern to the mid lane to play around Pleb. And T-Ball, they should be ready for a move like this.
I mean, Pleb, he's going to get jumped. As soon as he comes out of the Blade Fury, they'll be able to jump and take him down, but the arena's there. So if Team Ball can survive through this fight, Zip Zapper getting burst down low by the Thunder God's Wrath. He's going to get finished off there by MTD, sliding in with the Timber Chain and the Whirling Death. But with the Chakram to slow down Excalibur, they're going to get themselves on top of the Visage. Spear from Ownby will connect over to the cliffside. Full Timber Chain up to the high ground with the Chakram. It will get the job done. MTD able to make sure that Excalibur can't fly away.
Over-aggressive play, though, by Pleb. Spinning into the tower, spinning into all these heroes when his team is running over. If he just waits a couple seconds, potentially he doesn't die.
Had he not seen the blink from Zip Zapper, you think?
I guess that must have caught him off guard. It is very early to have it, but yeah, just playing a little over, because his team is probably saying like, hey, you know, we're on our way, we'll defend the tower, but does get caught out. So at least Team Ball, they get something under their belt there, but still a 2K advantage, DGG. Anywhere he goes, he dominates. MTD in particular. And now bottom tower, Pleb will be able to be the one to be able to set up for the tower push here, and MTD now can take the more risky position on the map in the mid lane.
I should pretty much get Pleb his Maelstrom done, and then be able to get back on track to catching up with the farm. Gorg.
Ownby, missing another spear there. That would have probably been a kill onto Pablo. They might still be able to get him, but there's a DK now.
Zip Zapper's ready to back him up. Some of the Dragon Tail stun onto Ownby. I see a hammer to the side. Pablo trying to juke them out, and it's kind of working. MNT won't be able to finish up the kill. This time around, they will trap Zip Zapper in the arena. Will give the opportunity for MTD to get in on top of him. Zip Zapper turns the Dragon Tail, in fact, off to the side. MNT kept chasing. Pablo was actually able to turn and take him out. And with the blink back up, Zip Zapper gets away from MTD. Gorg, he's going to try and enter the fight.
Another miss. There's not many reactive stacks just yet.
So if they can chase him, be a huge kill if they could get him. The Dragon Tail's there. They're in with the stun. They're taking him down. Team Ball, they get the big kill here against that Timbersaw.
A lot of mistakes coming up from DGG there. The spell casting, like Ownby, he missed the initial spear, so Pablo ends up surviving. MNT chases too far and gets killed because he over chases. Then the arena, which cuts the tree that the Mars is coming, or the Timbersaw is coming into. Yeah, all over the place a bit there, DGG, and Team Ball's come out big after it. That's going to be 2 components now for Gork for his Aghanims already. And they've killed the Timbersaw at a pretty early timing, too. Pre-15 minutes. Did not think that was going to happen.
No, that was And definitely a situation that MTD didn't think he'd find himself in.
And Excalibur during that whole time, he was just farming up in the jungle, loving life. He's got his drum finished up onto his Vlad soon.
Now they've got to be careful with that DGG.
Yeah. Under attack.
Can't miss those spells. See what they go for next here. I mean, from Team Bowl's side of things, is it pretty much what did you say, the Ags or the Bristol that? Yeah. And then once that's there, we'll really see them start to push for the towers as a group.
Yeah, absolutely. Like right now, they can still keep they can still keep playing around Zip Zapper when he has his ult to just like go for some type of pickoffs and whatnot. But yeah, for the most part, Ags, Bristol, Vlad's on the Visage, and then it's big go time.
Yeah, they'll also probably have the Vessel done on Pablo around that time.
After that last situation, Top, he pretty much has it done. Like, he would have died and had only I think just the Urn plus like almost near the Vitality boost, and now he just has it done because of those mistakes, Top, from DGG.
Are we seeing any sort of dispel? I mean, yeah, MTD is going to go for the Lotus next, but of course after the Kaya, so take them a bit of time to get there. So there'll almost certainly be a bit of a window for them to fight around the Vessel, whilst there won't be any ways to remove it.
Yeah, it's a nice Vessel game. Versus both the Wyvern and the Timber. Even versus Mars can always be pretty nice. Owned Me does have his blink now, then, so for him connecting the spell should be a little bit easier this time around.
Looking around the mid, I mean, Gorg is going to get Gonapop. Start things off with the curse. They'll spear him over into the wall, of course, turning him around. Means they can quickly take him out straight to the face.
Yeah, I gotta love that. Gotta love that mechanic about the Mars. Every single time you do catch the Bristle. And back to business for MTD.
And they're TPing over. Team Bold.
Okay.
They look like they want to try and take this fight. Start things off over towards Owned Me. Coming in with the Solar Guardian as well. Still won't quite catch Owned Me, but Zip Zapper's in with the blink. They'll bring down the Mars. MTD and Pleb ready to go with the Omni Slash. To the side, it's over to the Burst.
He's on the cliff.
He's stuck up there. He's going to have to Blade Fury TP out of this one. As Pleb will get away, MTD has managed to clean up 2 kills himself, but he's ticking down very low to the Vessel. Another chain out to the side. We'll see Soul Ring and Dragon Tail up in a second. There it is.
They got him.
They'll catch the Timber. Team Bold able to take this fight, despite, again being the situation where they lost Gorg. They still look to make the action happen, and it works out.
And if you click the Timber, he actually had his Quelling Blade in his inventory over a plate mail that whole time.
Oh.
So, missing out on quite a bit of armor that probably would have actually saved him there. And, oh my god, the Omni Slash literally hit nothing.
It hit
the Stench Dart creeps, then it bounces to the Familiars afterwards, and then gets them on high ground. So, good fight from Team Bald. And now they get themselves a bit of a timing, because I think the Aghanims is about to be finished with Gork, and they can now actually hit a tower because Timber's dead.
That was a huge move from them. DGG just maybe getting a little too aggressive coming into jungle like that. I don't think they expected Team Bold to willingly fight as reactively as they did there.
Especially after they just used their Curse and their Mars Arena in the mid lane. They just continue to persist, and yeah, watch him. Look, it bounces to the Centaur Coursers, and then up to the Familiars and gets him stuck.
It really did. It was just he just got one attack in onto the Dawn. That was it. Other than that, it was just neutrals and Familiars.
Okay, so it looked like actually the plate mail got delivered in the midst of the fight. So, I mean, like, he did have maybe a moment to be able to swap it in, and maybe it would have saved him, but sometimes, those fights are very chaotic. You can't just swap items in, so.
Middle tower is under attack.
We'll have Lotus finished onto MTD next time, so he will have the protection versus the Spirit Vessel. Also, the reflecting of these stuns, in particular versus the DK, will be huge.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be interested in getting involved until that's done.
No. He pretty much has it, so. A very even game, though, right now. The Death Ball that Team Bald probably wanted to get going, of course, was thwarted by this Timbersaw, but either way, they've kept themselves pretty much neck and neck, and now they do have this timing. The Wraith Pact also done for the Visage, so the damage that the Timbersaw is going to be dishing out will be negated heavily. And yeah, I mean, Ags, Bristle with Visage, it's another big component, too, that just the goo with the Familiars being thrown onto everybody, it is quite a ridiculous amount of minus armor and damage. And they're actually gonna go on the Roche. This is a bit of a ballsy one. Scout it out. Let's see if they continue. I mean, they're continuing it.
Oh, Omi's gonna get in with a jump. Return of the Spirit, catching the Visage, but the Solar Guardian's gonna be there to cover them. Winter's Curse is there out of the four of them, takes out Excalibur immediately, the Visage falls. Gorg looks to try and turn and fight them here, but he's already getting beaten down himself. This time, the Omnislash is going to bounce back over towards Gorg. Gorg falling low, but they'll turn with the Starbreaker. Still with the chase down of the Blade Fury, Pleb is able to finish up the kill. Despite their best efforts there, Bengen trying to keep Gorg alive with the Decrepify, but he'll still go down. That's the kind of fight that DGG were looking for.
I'm astonished that they just run into the pit like that to try it, I gotta be honest. When they're playing versus the Zeus, so it gets scouted right away, and then the perfect setup. Lodin, he can do whatever he wants. He can just sit on the outside when the Mars goes in. He just gets the perfect curse. And that's always... It's a bit of a matchup that can go both ways with the Visage versus the Wyvern, but you can now see why a lot of the times it is a Wyvern favored one if you have the positioning. Those birds just kill themselves.
How can he go for the last hit in the deny? Oh, no. Can't get either of them. It's going to be Roshan, and he's just going the way of Pleb.
Dies in no time. And now that was even before MTD had his Lotus. So he's Lotus done and 1,500 gold. A huge win for DGG.
I might be feeling that they were a little further ahead than they were in that situation, Team Bold. It does cost them.
Yeah, multiple times now we've seen the team fight lineup, right? Some fights that people force, and then the team with the actual team fight, like around the Mars, just have been a bit more successful in this series.
Very much not quite at the position of the game where Gorg has the items to just really frontline in these team fights. They have shown DGG that they can very much cut through this Bristle at this point.
Yeah, he needs a lot of different things to protect him because you can't really help yourself versus Timber unless you get like a BKB, and then you also want to ideally get something like a plate mail because you're playing versus the Jug. So not the easiest one for Gorg.
Smoke up Team Bold. Not afraid of the fact that Pleb has the Aegis. I know he's pushing out in the bottom wave, so maybe seeing if they can get something up top. The God Draft is there, and they'll instantly start with the TPs in. DGG or Lodin. And he's got a TP straight into this one. They'll just go for him immediately. A little bit of an aggressive TP in there to try and start some sort of a defense of the Tier 2 tower. Team Bold, they weren't going to let him arrive here at all.
They still know how strong they are when they're grouped as a unit. If they can just get the vision before the fight start. So rallied around Gork. He is going to queue the BKB next.
So if they want to try for another Tier 2. Might be a little harder now.
I think so, yeah.
DGG's going to know exactly what they want.
And also this one, they had time to set up like the wards and everything in the area. Setting up for mid tower in particular is very difficult to get the wards behind because you will get caught by the Mars. You will likely get caught by the Wyvern. 3,000 gold on Own Me. Not spending his money. Okay, buying Vlad's. Good Vlad's game with the Jug. Wasn't sure if he would opt to go that route or if he was going to go more of just defensive BKB for the Mars, but...
Oh, they're looking for Gorg. And they're going to have that set up. Arena into the spear. There's a Solar Guardian coming in and try and save Gorg, bail him out of this, but the Blade Fury from Pleb finishes the job. Gorg goes down. Pablo will try for the TP out, but they've got more than enough burst.
And they get a scout. Wait, did he just like solo kill? I'd have to watch that. I think he got the curse with the familiars on him. I see Lodin with a little smile in his camera there. I think he probably did do the majority.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, we'll get to see it here on the replay indeed. One of the downsides of playing Visage against that on that Wyvern, you've got to be keep a bit of a distance between yourself and the birds if possible.
I feel like we had this situation happen the other day too, where Lodin, he played an IO and he had a little bit of a rough game on the IO, and he's like, screw this, I'm going back to my Wyvern, and he had these excellent games on Wyvern because
game 1 and game 3 here.
It's been beautiful.
Back with a push here. They've still got the Aegis to play with. DGG, they'll take this bottom Tier 2. Or maybe actually TPs are coming in. Maybe Gorg's going to be able to say something about this. They'll still finish the tower off and they'll back away.
That is very confident by Gorg. If Mars shows up there, he just dies actually, so bit of a risky play, but we'll be able to at least get some farm soaked. But 7k gold lead, Pleb. He's having a free time. Now he's going to be itemizing also. Probably go for that Silver Edge, so they're going to have that break also to deal with the Bristle besides just the Mars turning him.
Yeah, it's really turning out to be a bit of a scary game for the carry Bristol.
Sure
Gorg's
is.
going to have a tough one.
What's going on here in these inventories? Own me. Wait, what?
What
There's
are
a
we-
full Vlads in his backpack? What's happening here?
Wait, where's the rest? What's going
Wait,
on?
what's happening here?
What do you mean? What's he done?
I don't, dude. I think he bought multiple items or something, and he's.
What is...
I don't know.
Wait, what's happening? It's just got items all over the place.
I mean, he has the full Vlads in his backpack.
Well,
Whatever.
bits of items all over the
Either
place.
way.
Yeah. Let's not get... Zipzapper's going to be able to react there. He's in with the BKB's jump. Have the curse to hold back the DK for now. Team Bolt, they might try and make a fight out of this one. They're in onto Pleb. There's going to turn some attention over towards. They will punt the Omni Slash. It's going to get split pretty big there between them all. And now the Dragon Tail stun's ready. And they turn back towards him. Cold Embrace will protect him as well as the Lotus thrown down upon him. Gives him a chance to Blade Fury. He's going to go for the Blade Fury TP out. Pleb will make it away. But Lodine and MTD go down. Only also to be chased out here by the Familiars. He's dead as well.
Okay.
Oh, Vlad's is in his...
That's what I'm saying. It's in his backpack.
He's got a Vlad's in his... Okay, MNT's also... What's that? Well, yeah.
What's happening?
I mean, this shop can be confusing.
It's not the recipe.
So,
It's the whole Vlads. Like,
it was the recipe earlier, right?
no, it was the whole Vlads.
Hey, wait, you sure? I thought...
It was the whole Vlads.
Nah, he had the recipe in the backpack. It was the whole Vlad's. The observer is trying to tell us something here.
I don't know what he's telling me. He bought multiple Vlad's components. Yes, that. No, but
yeah.
he had the whole Vlad's in his backpack. I don't know. Either way, it leads to this really weird fight.
Nobody knows. But it's
Okay.
all good now.
That's a lot.
Now
Like,
he's got his Vlad's.
These type of things matter. That's a lot of gold just being in the backpack, which could maybe change stuff up. And okay, whatever.
But what's happening? Okay, here we go.
He's selling
back
some
on
items
track.
and fixing
He's
things,
cleaning it up.
He's cleaning it up.
You know, we didn't see anything.
Okay.
It's all good now. It's back on track. Getting that Wraith back done.
But a huge fight. I mean, Team Bald.
They took down 4. They lost nothing.
Pleb somehow survives also. I think the A just got reclaimed, right, when he was spinning and TPing out, so almost absolute disaster for them. And with that, Pablo, more than halfway, 3 pieces toward his Aghanims on the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, that was a lot of money going their way then.
That's something that can turn the tides of the fights, a lot of versus the Jug in particular.
Yeah, and we're seeing at this stage of the game, for all the farm that Pleb does have, as long as Team Bold are grouped up as 5, which to be fair with the way that they're playing with this lineup, they are going to be, it's hard for Pleb to really find an effective Omni-slash opportunity.
Absolutely.
Team Bold being able to share the damage rather nicely in these team fights.
And nobody can kill Netherward. That's also what we saw coming into play there also in the last fight. Just it sat there the whole time. So still anybody's game. Even though this Jug and Timber had this big advantage.
They did.
One fight changes things. MTD's actually he's been scared. He's going BKB for himself now too. Zipzapper will be safe.
Oh, the T-pin out here, yeah.
Excalibur though, they're still pinging him out.
Oh,
they get the ward down.
Got him with the curse. There's no saving him.
They had the initial ward up there to the top left that saw him try to sneak, and then they get the one right behind that catches him. Nice play from Lodine again. Wyvern play still on point.
Yeah.
Whoa, Pablo.
He's going to show himself on the way.
Okay, I mean, probably dead for that.
I mean, he knew that they were there, right? I mean, unlikely that they would have stepped that much further away. He's got the ult,
Nope.
but they've got the ways to cancel it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Pleb is getting gone upon, but he has Blade Fury ready.
He's speedy. He should be fine.
Healing ward down as well. In fact, Ownme, he's going to see if they can turn the fight around with the BKB reaction from Zipzapper's there. Straight away dodges the spear, turns with the Dragon Tail. Gorg coming in with the BKB. He's ready to take Ownme down. That's going to be Ownme going out. With the Omni Slash again, they've got to split the damage. Share it over the way of Zipzapper. They do it perfectly. As Zipzapper and Gorg will get the chance to run. Gorg's going to go
broken.
TP, but he's in brawl. He's dead. They break him. They take him out. The Silver Age of Pleb paying off that. I believe the first fight there, he'd had it complete.
Fights all over the place, too. Pablo dies bottom while his team is making a play onto the Jug.
It's getting a bit chaotic, but with, of course, those 3 kills across the map, that will bump DGG back ahead here. 4K lead now.
And Pleb, right after he finishes that Silver Edge, he's going to be approaching toward that Scotty.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a really big pickup when he's able to get that versus actually all 3 cores. It's very good versus Visage, Bristol, and DK. Versus those BKBs, versus the healing, versus a ranged hero in general. Crazy stuff that just happened in these last few moments. Excalibur's hit 18, so level 3 familiars are online. Another big power spike, and he's also gotten his boots to the bearing. Does have to be careful still of the curse, because he will kill himself. But does have a ridiculous amount of damage. He's also been holding the Philosopher's Stone the whole time on the Visage, by the way.
And making that money.
Make that money. Bengen's probably very upset. Hanging on to the shovel. He's like, yeah, sorry, you gotta keep shoveling for the rest of the game on podcast.
Hey, I mean, if he digs enough bounty runes,
that's
you
true.
know. I'll see what Gorg goes for next. He's got 2k gold. I mean, what sort of way do you think he's going to be moving towards? He has the plate now. But
they're both building ACs.
Wait, Gorg
doesn't have it queued yet. I think he realized really quickly that
he's not going to finish up an AC.
Oh, he queued it up. He queued it up right after we said it.
Oh, they're going to go the double AC?
Maybe he's Excalibur.
No, Excalibur's changing.
Okay,
Excalibur's changing indeed, of course, yeah. Gorg's going to be the better fit for the AC of this game. Excalibur can work on the Hex instead.
Pablo gets caught again. A big kill, 50 seconds.
That's a strange manner of conduct.
I'll see how much of a push they want to get out of this one. Oh, Zip Zapper, he's ready to fight. He's already popped the Dragon Ball. He's going to jump straight to the backlines. He's in and wants to get rid of this Winter Wyvern. Loading, buys some time over the Cold Embrace, will turn with the curse, but it's not going to do much at all as they've already split to the side. He charged straight in. They quickly dispose of him here with the spear in the arena. Pleb turns his attention over towards Gorg. He'll look for Zip Zapper first. Decrepify comes out from Bengen, trying to keep Zip Zapper alive. Gorg, he's just going to run towards the squishy heroes in the backlines, but Loading's in with the buyback. Cold embraces MNT Gorg. He makes a smart decision to get out of there with the remainder of his BKB. TP's out. He knows that this is a fight that they can no longer push for.
Bengen will care. Excalibur way too over-aggressive this time around. He charges in, gets broken by the jug. No more Gravekeeper, gets killed in a matter of seconds. And now Roche, right in the area. A free one for DGG. And like Pablo died before the fight even starts too, so really all over the place from Team Bald this time around.
Yeah, there's a bit of a wild initiation from Zip Zapper. I mean, sure, he gets the jump on Loading, of course, does cause the death of the Wyvern, but definitely gave the rest of DGG time to prepare for the follow-up from Team Bold.
Yeah, and Pleb I don't even think Pleb had to use Omni Slash either. He just sat there right-clicking throughout the whole fight. He had it available, but he was like, I don't need to use it. They're stuck in the arena. And yeah, we see, of course, the Shard now going the way of the Timber. Another really good element to add versus Visage, too.
100 gold away from the AC for Gorg.
Okay.
He's going to have to try and find his way out to that secret shop, though, for that Hyperstone.
It'll help him in the Visage in a way, but they're falling extremely far behind now in versus their counterparts.
Gorg, he's going to be able to make his way over to the shop before the fight starts. Zip Zapper, he's in with the stun on towards Zeus. Trying to get rid of MNC. He was
Excalibur
come out the side and will hold back Excalibur. Gorg, he's in onto Loading, but again, Loading buying some time for himself with the Cold Embrace. Pablo's in with the ultimate. Great Starbreaker as well over onto the two of them. They've stunned up, taken down Ownby. Pleb will try and turn. He's been lotused up. He's falling low though, Pleb. That's going to be the Aegis taken out of his hands. Emptied. He's got to be careful. With that BKB, he's got a Timber Chain away. Pleb is going to get left behind. He'll try for the Blade Fury TP out. Have they got the physical? They have. They take him out.
Oh
Team
my
Bold,
God.
they hold around the tier 2.
Little bit of miscommunication perhaps from DGG. They layered the curse with the Mars ult, so it doesn't actually end up doing much of anything. I think the Mars arena is actually blocking the damage from the familiars hitting in.
It seemed like that,
right?
because I don't think Excalibur really took any damage at all during the curse. And he was right next to the burst, so I think, as you said, we'll see here, that arena stopping the combo.
Yeah, I think they messed up the layering. Just a bit of mistakes there coming out from the two of them. He didn't even, yeah, right, the birds are getting blocked. Oh no, they're hitting him, but they're just doing no damage.
They were missing every hit. Some sort of effect had stopped. Oh no, it was the Agnum's Dawnbreaker.
Oh, I guess so,
Coming in with the Solar Guardian, that evasion, protecting Excalibur from his familiars.
Okay, this time, yeah, Pablo, he's alive this time for the fight.
That's actually a fantastic counter against the Winter's Curse.
It is. It's one that you wouldn't really consider too many times.
There you go.
On your own teammates. Cool.
A rough fight there for DGG. You can see it in the faces. As that top lane, off the back of that fight, Team Bold, they went for the push, and of course they've got a whole lot of that. When you look at their heroes, they've just taken a top set of racks.
I love the confidence of them, fighting into Aegis, fighting into everything, and just going for this wraparound play.
Yeah, just off the back as well of getting that AC picked up on Gorg. Makes a bit of a difference.
Wild fight. Excalibur now level 21. He almost has an Aghanims, so he'll be able to hunt the Wyvern a lot easier in these situations with his Silence as the Grave. Yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah, Basha
Radiant's
done on
bottom
Gorb
tower is under attack.
moments after he finished the AC. And Halberd picked up by Zip Zapper.
All right.
Pretty much back even on the gold difference between the teams.
That was
anything with that Rax taken top. It's Team Bold that's feeling in the more comfortable position.
That was what, like a 15,000? That was a massive swing. They were at 92 win % probability, by the way, before that too. It's like they had this humongous lead, and then that fight just completely cripples everything.
That is a swing and a half.
Like Pablo, this time, like it was 2 or 3 fights in a row where Pablo had died right before the fight starts. This time we get to, like you mentioned, you get to see the difference of the Solar Guardian. All right. Somehow Team Bald keeping it competitive when it looks like they were down and out. They win the most important fight for them. And yet, as you said, now Silent is the Grave. So now the supports, the Zeus, the Wyvern, very susceptible to just dying to Visage before they get a single spell cast off.
For sure, and we've seen from Team Bold, Zip Zapper in particular, he's been doing a great job of just going for the supports.
Yeah.
You know, whenever he sees MNT or Lodine, that's go time for him. He's jumping in as the DK and looking to take them out of the fight, force their hand as quickly as he can.
Dire's bottom tower is under
DGG
attack.
is spooked. 5 heroes sitting in the
Bottom
base
tower
now.
has fallen.
Nearly got the Skadi done on Pleb. Close to 25 as well. He'll be very tanky.
Very scared of the vision control, though, at the moment. You can see MNT is just blasting the floor over and over again as the Zeus trying to find where the ward is. Pleb shows himself mid. Zip Zapper's in the area. There's always that follow-up if he does get that stun because of the Solar Guardian. Does need 1 or 2 more teammates in the area, but...
Gorg, I was going to say, still holding on to that Soul Ring, but there we go, sells it up.
Dire's middle tower is under
Going to be
attack.
very happy with the state of his Ventry now. Looking nice and farmed here, level 24. Taking out these towers, no problem at all. That's the scary thing for DGG. They lose a fight, as we show you know, they lost a fight deep on Team Bold's half of the map. They lose Rax moments later. If they lose anything close to the base, they could very well be losing 2 sets of Rax, maybe even more, off the back of one more rough team fight.
Yeah, Visage alone pretty much takes them out by himself in a matter of seconds. Considering the jump, they had vision there for a second of the jug.
Radiant's middle tower
Lodine?
is under attack.
Oh, so close. Excalibur doing a good job of scouting out with birds. Now Wyvern and Timber in the base for a second. Lodine in particular.
Omi's gonna go.
Oh! Pushed him up through it.
Yeah, he didn't get the arena setup that he was hoping for there onto Excalibur. Now they'll turn here. He's got to put the BKB defensively onto me. As DGG, they might have to just back off from this. That's the arena down.
Things getting very awkward for them.
I mean, that must have been close. I guess the arena walls hadn't quite set in there.
I used to see this interaction when you used to not be able, when you used to like go over it, but this was him low ground
Going
to high
up
ground.
to it.
It looked like it had formed in time.
I don't know, maybe we'll
weird.
get down the replay to see sort of indeed what the timing was on the forming of the walls.
I don't know.
But it must have been right on the edge because it looked like it was going to latch.
Oh no, he's flying. Sorry, he's in Silent to the Grave.
Of course,
Bingo,
Silent
got
to
it.
the Grave.
Yep, I was
There we go.
because it didn't look like he was invisible, but I was like, wait a minute, what didn't latch?
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Congratulations, of course, to probably half
Thank
the
you,
Twitch
replay.
chat who were calling us idiots.
It didn't look invis. He did not look
No.
invis at the moment when it was.
But indeed, the old Silent. Of course,
And invis, I mean fly. Invis flying because it's Silent to the Grave. Yeah, you guys know, whatever. Blah.
They know. They know.
They know. They're smarter than us.
And then you're going for the Hex, of course, next. Excalibur.
Yeah, the supports are food if he finds them.
Yeah, they've got so much backline catch now. Team Bold.
Other thing though, MTD has hit 25, and since he's playing versus the Bristol, the DK has of course gone for the Whirling Death talent, something else you always have to factor in versus these tanky strength heroes. 20% stat reduction is quite ridiculous. It is getting picked a lot more. Okay, cool. There was a time where it never got picked.
Well, because, yeah, if you do the numbers, is it actually that good?
It's quite strong, because you can get multiple stacks of it. you can hit them with 2 Whirling Deaths, and then they're 40% stat reduced and blah blah blah.
No, for sure. Yeah, I guess especially when you're playing against these strength heroes with such high HP in sort of the 3K to 4K range, yeah. That's a lot of strength. Oh, getting close to the time. We'll see when Roche is back up. Without a doubt, that's going to be the spot that both teams are playing for. Here, 39 minutes in. DGG, last few fights, they've struggled to get the pleb.
They see him.
He's just going to walk in on this one. He has got the cold embrace. Winter's Curse is going to be thrown down on a Zip Zap, but they'll give a bit of a chance for Pleb to reset. He wants to commit forward with the Blade Fury. He's going to try and kill the Pokemon during the Blade Fury, but he can't quite get enough hits off.
He's
and now the Dragon Tail, they've caught him again. Pleb, he's taken out. Pleb goes down. MTD's trying to finish off Zip Zapper, who'll finally die to the bolt of the Zeus. Cold Embrace, an attempt to save MTD, but he's dead for sure. Bashed up, taken down. Team Bolt, they get another.
Pleb's coming back. More buybacks.
He's charging in towards Gorg. He's in with a break hit. Trying to stay on top of Gorg here with the Blade Fury. Gorg getting low. The Decrepify trying to save it. Gorg is still living, but finally with a Timber Chain, MTD is able to take him down. We'll see if Gorg wants to commit a buyback for himself or if he'll just allow the rest to die as Excalibur caught in the river. DGG with the buybacks there will make sure they get this team fight and under control.
Roche respawns, so they'll be able to set up for a Roche these buybacks.
It's going to pay off.
They really will.
2 buybacks there was the big ones. Both Pleb and MTD with the buybacks coming out from DGG in that fight.
I think Pleb got bashed at the end of his spin there too when he gets killed the initial time. It was like the last hit bash, so he doesn't even get the Omni Slash off, which forces that buyback. But they will get a Roche out of it. We'll get an Aegis and Cheese and a Refresher Shard, so that can be a pretty huge one.
That's a nice one.
For Pleb.
Yep. And he's going to hold on to that for now. Of course, from Team Bold's side of things, it was a dieback from Zip Zapper. So out for a long time here. This is a bit of a window for DGG to come barreling down the mid lane as the full 5. See how much they can take away from the base of Team Bold.
What a wild game we've got.
A lot of money on the old Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, he had BKB queued up.
Pablo
yet
to spend up. I mean, probably considering he's close to having enough for BKB and buyback. Probably the play that he's looking for here, Pablo.
Right now, he's probably more focused on just, like, cut the wave mid, right? Like, I think that's the most important thing he's thinking about, to just slow down this push. But it is a double siege wave pushing in.
And they really don't want to buy back here on Excalibur or Gorg. 20 seconds on the 2 of them. They may just have to let the mid-racks go.
Pablo? Oh. Might get his TP cancelled. He does. He does have the Solar Guardian, but he's kind of trapped here by the Nimbus.
Yeah, is there any way to play his way out of this?
I think he's dead.
He is indeed. He's out of the game.
That is a lot of money.
Red Dive and Tier 4. They're able to get in and take down Banger. So, whilst Excalibur and Gorg were able to hold back on their buybacks, of course, do still lose the mid-racks. That's the trade-off there. It will now be the rest of Team Bolt that probably will have to use theirs. Banger, he'll commit with his. See if they can stop this push. It's going to be against an Aegis and a Cheese on DGG. They're bashing onto Pleb. Let's get out to the side. Gorg is able to fend them off. DGG backing off, but loading is back in. Oh, it's a good curse swap with the Decrepify. Penguin's able to get from the side. They're coming in with the Solar Guardian. MTDB, he'll commit deep with the BKB. They've got the opening stun onto Pleb, but Pleb still able to get the Blade Fury off in time. They're backing off, respecting the fact that Team Bold had the full 5-man back in play.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was close. Good positioning there from Bangan, saving the day, really.
Yeah, he was nearly going down, and of course, Excalibur may have had buyback online, but almost certainly if he dies there, he would have had it forced out of him. DGG would have stuck around. So good save from Bangan.
How much gold? They have so much gold now on the side of DGG after those last 2-1 team fights. A full Octarine for the Zeus was finished. A couple other big pickups too. I think it's almost a refresher on the Mars. And what did Pleb finish now too? Saw he had quite a bit of gold. Didn't buy anything yet, but on his way to the next item. So quite a lot of pickups for them.
Yeah, buyback gold, very much going to be important.
And Team Bald have to be so careful now, in particular on Pablo. Like we said, a couple fights. He did get picked off pre-fights. They really rely on the Solar Guardian to be able to turn the tides of those fights. So, eyes on him, at least in particular, to not die without his buyback.
MKB done on Pleb.
Okay, he does have it finished. And DGG, I mean, they're smoked up. They are looking for something. If they catch even one of those heroes.
course, with that MKB, the Solar Guardian, Aghanim's invasion that it provides is not going to do as much to save heroes.
Nope.
Gorg, he's out in the mid.
The connection.
Oh,
Trouble.
Half his HP pretty much taken away there. They're in with the break hit. Gorg's in trouble. He's going to go down. The Solar Guardian not able to save him in time. He'll buy back immediately here on the Bristol.
And the curse again.
And they've caught the Visage.
It's a
in fact, they've
perfect
caught
one.
the 4 of them. Excalibur's in a whole lot of trouble. The arena's there. The spear as well. Visage taken down low. He may have to buy back because Gorg's in trouble. Gorg pots the BKB, trying to get away from Pleb, but Pleb's chasing with a Blade Fury. The Glimmer Cape comes out onto Gorg. It will allow him to separate himself from the Jug. He'll live. They'll turn with the stun. Zips out, but getting caught out by the Lotus will cause his death. He's out for 90. Outside of the base, Pablo chased down by M&T. 2 dead. No buyback here for Team Bold. It's just up to the 3 of them to try and hold.
Lodine is just crushing it with these curses over and over again. Bengen tried to get the save, he got the decrep, but it was already, the damage was done. They already put so low.
I mean, can they hold with the 3 of them? Gorg steps up, but immediately the break hit comes out from Pleb. 3 dead on Team Bold. GG, it's called DGG. We'll be able to find the victory here in Game 3. The series, it's theirs.
Whew. It wasn't an easy one, though, by any means. That swing in the mid-game, even though they had this humongous advantage with Aegis of like 15,000 gold